Hi everybody, Cathy McLeish back here again, and I'd like to talk about alcoholism. I am an alcoholic in recovery for 37 years. Stopped drinking when I was 27, haven't had a drink of any kind since. And I could not do that on my own willpower. Believe me, I tried. I lost probably 8 to 10 years of my life trying to stop drinking on my own. My willpower was never going to get me there. And the reason being is once I crossed over from being a social drinker to a heavy drinker to an alcoholic, my thinking has taken me there. I think I can control it. I think I can do something different and it will change. My thinking is part of my disease, and it has me where I think I can quit on my own willpower, but my thinking is warped. I'm in denial. Part of the disease of alcoholism, it is a physical disease where I have an allergy in my body. And after I crossed that line I was speaking of, I put alcohol in my body and it makes my body crave more alcohol. So no matter how I do it, what day I do it, what drink I put in there, who I'm with, or what time I go home, I am going to crave more alcohol. And then my mind won't help me with that. My mind has this big disease of denial. And it's telling me if I do it a different way, if I try a different way, it will not be the same result. And it's always the same result or worse. And so I have a body that is sick, a mind that is sicker, and my solution is outside of myself. So where does that leave my willpower? It really leaves it to be useless. So I grew up and I was parented by a father who did everything on his own willpower. He was very successful with that. And I want to say that I'm not saying people can't do stuff with their willpower. That is a very powerful thing. But I have been around alcoholics for nearly 40 years, and we cannot stop drinking with our willpower. So my dad taught me, when I was 12 years old, I went to him, my mom made me, I went to him for permission to do something. I said, Dad, I want to lose weight. I was a little overweight. People were making fun of me at school. It wasn't anything horrible, but it was horrible to me, and I wanted it to change. So I had heard of this program. Dad, I want to join this program, be around people that are trying to do the same thing, and I want to learn how to eat and do things different so that I'm not overweight. And you know what my dad said? He said, no. He said, Cathy, I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you no. I'm telling you no because if you do this, you will be using a crutch. And if you start using crutches, you may use crutches all of your life. So I know that you can do this on your own, and I want you to do this on your own instead of using a crutch. And the answer was no. And I stayed overweight for a long period of my life. So I stand before you today, and I'm going to tell you something. I am a crutch user, and I'm proud to be a crutch user, because you know what? When I come upon something in my life that I don't know how to do, it's pretty quick behind it that I say, I think I'm going to ask somebody that knows how to do this what process they did and how they got to where they are. So if I don't know how to parent my child through this certain phase of their childhood, I'm going to ask somebody that has succeeded, that has already passed that stage and has great kids. If I am struggling in my marriage and I think we're going to divorce, I am going to go ask somebody, teach me how to communicate, teach me how to not always have to be right. Teach me some simple things that will give me a chance in this relationship. I have done this through my life, and let me tell you, every successful area of my life, and I have a lot of successes, have come because I have asked for help. But you know, my mind has always worked against me because I have this alcoholic mind, even though I don't drink anymore. I can remember my husband and I struggled with finances forever. And at one point, we brought this guy that we knew was awesome with finances. I mean, he had a degree. And he looked at everything, and he looked up at us and he said, if I were you, I would sell that lake place. And he left. And my husband and I, did we sell the lake place? No, we looked at each other and said, I think we've overreacted. I don't think things are as bad as he thought they were. And so we went on in this financial stress and pain going down, down, down for at least another 5 years. So if I want to choose to get off that elevator that is just going down with my alcoholism, nothing else is really going to work out very well. It's certainly not going to work out as well as it possibly could as long as I'm drinking. So my first choice is, can you help me? And the thing about it is, we grow up in a society where doing things on our own, we're supposed to do that. We are almost weak if we don't do that. We teach our kids, put on your own shoes, put on your own jacket. I think you can use scissors now, just don't run with them. We grow them up trying to teach them to do things on their own, to be self-sufficient. And yet there are so many things in life that we know nothing about, that why would we not go beyond ourselves? Well, in fact, we actually do. I will Google a recipe in an instant, I will get my car repaired by somebody without thinking about it. I will do certain things without giving it a second thought. And then there's other things that I will wrestle away days and weeks and months of my life, because I'm going to figure it out myself. Life is way too short for me to do that. And I have given enough of my life away, especially with my alcoholism. So I think about, different scenarios, and I think about the alcoholic that is thinking, I can do it on my own. And if you are close to somebody like that, you want to believe that. Maybe you think that is the best way. Maybe you don't want them to go out and be a part of anything you know nothing about. And you know what? That's a big mistake, because if they do, they have a better chance of succeeding than if they don't. And so even the person that is in the home with the alcoholic, or the mother or parent of an alcoholic, the child of an alcoholic, they're already getting sick themselves. So, we just can't be around us and not have us have an effect on you. And so even in that aspect, we need to take care of ourselves and get into a program that is going to help us, because we can't teach ourselves with information we do not have. My husband and I were talking to our marketing guy about a year ago, and he was teaching us some stuff for our business, and we were like, oh my gosh, that is so simple. Why did we not know that? And he stopped us like cold in our tracks, and he said, why would you think you should know something that you've never been taught? And it was like black and white. Why would I think I should know or be able to draw something out of here that I've never been taught? I've operated a long time in my life thinking that way. And I've had several instances since the time that our marketing guy taught us that I have been able to say, I have never been taught that. I'm going to seek help. So if you're an alcoholic, if you know an alcoholic, going outside their own willpower is the best chance that they have. Learning from somebody else that has succeeded where we cannot succeed is the best ticket I have to get on the other side. So I'm Cathy McLeish, and I'm just trying to share a little bit about alcoholism, the drinking part of it, the recovery part of it, so that people can understand, have a little more information to live their lives the best that they can, and be a part of the solution. So thanks for joining me.